Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily English Talk. I'm your host, Jack Henry, and as always, I'm here with my co-host, Sarah Henry. Sarah, how are you today?
Hi, Jack. I'm doing great, thank you. And hello to everyone listening today. We're really happy you're here.
Absolutely. Today's episode is very special because we're talking about something many people ask us all the time. How can I learn English in just 30 days?
Yes, exactly. In this episode, we're going to share a simple daily study plan that is perfect for absolute beginners. So if you're just starting to learn English, this episode is for you.
That's right. You don't need perfect grammar, a big vocabulary, or confidence to start. All you need is a little time every day and the right plan.
By the end of this episode, you'll know what to study every day, how much time you really need, and how to feel more confident speaking English step by step.
So don't worry if English feels difficult right now. We're going to make it easy, clear, and motivating for you.
Grab a notebook, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Let's start your 30-day English learning journey together.
All right, let's get started. So, Sarah, let's talk about the big question. A lot of people ask us, is it really possible to learn English in just 30 days?
Yes, that's a very common question, and the honest answer is, yes, you can make real progress, but you need the right expectations.
Exactly. You're not going to speak like a native speaker in 30 days, and that's totally okay.
Right. But in 30 days, beginners can start understanding English, using simple sentences, and feeling more confident.
Many beginners feel scared because they think English is too hard.
Yes, they worry about grammar mistakes, pronunciation, or having a strong accent.
But here's the truth. Mistakes are part of learning.
Absolutely. The goal is not perfection. The goal is consistency.
If you study a little bit every day, even just 30 minutes, your brain starts to recognize patterns.
And that's when English becomes less scary and more familiar.
So instead of asking, can I learn English perfectly in 30 days?
Ask this instead. Can I improve my English every day for 30 days?
And the answer to that is a big yes.
So if you're listening right now and feeling unsure, don't worry. You're in the right place.
Exactly. In the next part, we're going to explain how the 30-day study plan actually works.
And we'll keep it simple and realistic for beginners.
Let's move on. All right, Sarah, now let's explain how this 30-day study plan actually works.
Yes, and the good news is, it's very simple. You don't need to study for hours every day.
Exactly. We recommend about 30 to 45 minutes a day.
That's right. It's better to study a little every day than to study a lot one day and then stop.
This plan focuses on 4 important skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
But don't worry, we don't do all of them for a long time. We keep everything short and easy.
For example, you might listen to English for 10 minutes, then speak for 10 minutes.
And after that, learn some new words and review what you studied yesterday.
One important thing for beginners is this: don't try to learn everything at the same time.
Yes, in the beginning, you should not focus too much on grammar rules.
Instead, focus on understanding and using simple English.
Another key point is routine. Study at the same time every day if you can.
That helps your brain get used to English.
And remember, missing one day is okay. Just don't give up.
Exactly. This is a friendly plan, not a stressful one.
In the next section, we'll talk about week 1 and how to build a strong foundation.
Yes, days 1 to 7. Let's get into it. All right, let's talk about week 1, the most important week for beginners.
Yes, this week is all about building a strong foundation.
In the first 7 days, your main focus should be basic English sounds and simple words.
That means learning the English alphabet, pronunciation, and common sounds.
Don't worry if pronunciation feels difficult at first.
That's completely normal. The goal is not to sound perfect, but to sound clear.
Another important part of week 1 is learning basic greetings.
Like, hello, how are you, good morning, and nice to meet you.
You should also start using very simple sentences.
For example, I am Jack. I am learning English.
Simple sentences help you feel confident very quickly.
Here's a tip for week 1. Listen first, then repeat out loud.
Yes, speaking out loud is very important, even if you're alone.
And don't try to memorize too many words.
5 to 10 new words a day is perfect.
At the end of week 1, you should feel more comfortable hearing English.
And you should be able to say some basic sentences.
If you can do that, you're doing great.
Next, we'll move on to week 2, where English starts to feel more useful in daily life.
Let's continue.
Welcome to week 2. This is where English starts to feel more useful in your daily life.
Yes, in this week, you'll learn English that you can actually use every day.
One big focus in week 2 is daily vocabulary.
Words about food, work, family, time, and daily activities.
You'll also start using the simple present tense.
For example, I work in an office. I eat breakfast at 8 a.m.
This tense helps you talk about your daily routine.
Another important skill this week is listening,
Yes, try listening to slow and clear English.
like beginner podcasts, short videos, or simple conversations.
And don't forget speaking practice.
Even short speaking practice is powerful. Try to talk about your day in English for 1 or 2 minutes.
Now, let's talk about mistakes.
Many beginners try to speak perfectly, and that stops them from speaking at all.
It's okay to make mistakes.
Mistakes mean you're learning.
By the end of week 2, you should understand more English and feel more confident.
And that confidence is very important.
Next, we'll talk about week 3, where speaking becomes more natural.
Let's move on.
Now we're in week 3, and this is where many learners start to feel more confident.
Yes, this week is all about speaking more and understanding better.
You should start practicing asking and answering basic questions.
Questions like, where are you from? What do you do? How is your day?
These questions help you start real conversations.
Another important habit in week 3 is daily speaking practice.
Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a big difference.
You can speak to yourself, record your voice, or practice with a partner.
Listening also becomes more natural this week.
Yes, you may not understand every word, and that's okay.
Try to understand the main idea, not every detail.
Here's a powerful tip. Start thinking in English.
For example, when you see a cup, think cup, not your native language.
This helps your brain learn faster
By the end of week 3, you should feel less afraid of speaking.
and more comfortable using English in simple conversations.
Next, we're going to talk about the final week.
Yes, week 4, real conversations.
All right, we've reached week 4, the final week of the 30-day plan.
Yes, and this week is all about using English in real conversations.
By now, you should start talking about your daily routine.
For example, I wake up at 7 a.m. I go to work at 9.
You'll also begin using simple past and simple future.
Like, yesterday I studied English. Tomorrow I will practice speaking.
This helps you talk about your life more naturally.
Listening becomes more interesting in week 4.
Yes, try listening to more natural English, even if it feels a little fast.
You can pause, replay, and listen again.
Another important part is conversation practice.
You can practice with a friend, online partner, or even by yourself.
Talking to yourself in English really works.
At the end of these 30 days, remember, you are not finished.
You are just getting started.
The most important thing is to keep English in your daily life.
Next, we'll break down a simple daily study routine.
Let's do it.
Now let's talk about a simple daily study routine that anyone can follow.
Yes, this routine is easy, flexible, and perfect for beginners.
First, start with listening for about 10 minutes.
You can listen to a short podcast, a video, or simple English audio.
After that, spend 10 minutes speaking.
Repeat what you hear, read sentences out loud, or talk about your day.
Next, learn some new vocabulary.
5 to 10 new words are enough. Write them down and say them out loud.
Then take 5 minutes to review.
Review words, sentences, or anything you learned yesterday.
Now, what if someone is very busy?
Good question. If you're busy, even 15 minutes a day is okay.
The key is to do something every day.
Consistency is more important than time.
If you follow this routine, English will slowly become part of your life.
Next, we'll answer some common questions beginners usually ask.
Let's move on. All right, Sarah, let's answer some common questions we hear from beginners all the time.
Yes, these are very important questions.
The first question is, when will I start speaking English?
And the honest answer is very soon, if you practice every day. Many learners can start using simple English in just a few weeks.
Another common question is, should I focus on grammar or speaking first?
For beginners, speaking and listening should come first.
Grammar is important, but don't let it stop you from speaking.
You can learn grammar slowly while you practice speaking.
Here's another question. Is my accent a problem?
No, not at all. Your accent is part of who you are.
Clear communication is more important than perfect pronunciation.
If people understand you, you're doing great.
Confidence grows with practice. Now let's move to the final part of today's episode. All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
We hope this 30-day English study plan feels clear, simple, and possible for you.
Remember, you don't need to be perfect.
You just need to practice a little every day.
If you stay consistent, your English will improve.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe the Easy Conversation podcast.
And check out the rest of this playlist for more easy English conversations.
We'll be back soon with another helpful episode.
Until then, keep practicing and stay confident.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.